It's 6:04 p.m. Sarah just closed her laptop. Across town at the exact same minute, Daniel just closed his. Same job, same salary, almost to the dollar, $41,000 a year, give or take. Same exhaustion settling into their shoulders after 9 hours of meetings and decisions that weren't really their own to make. For the next 60 minutes, their lives look identical. And yet 10 years from this exact moment, one of them will have built close to $90,000. The other will have built almost nothing, not because of a better job, not because of a smarter investment, because of what happens in this 1 hour. The hour most people don't even remember living through tomorrow. We talk about salaries, the stock market, side hustles, budgeting apps. Nobody talks about 6 p.m., but 6 p.m. might be the single most financially decisive hour in the average adult's day, and almost nobody is making a real decision during it. Here's why. By the time you leave work, your brain has spent its decision-making energy. Psychologists call this decision fatigue. Every choice you made that day drew from the same limited reserve. By 6 p.m., that reserve is close to empty. And the emptier it gets, the more your brain defaults to the path of least resistance, not the path you choose with a clear head. For most people, this hour isn't intention, it's autopilot. Repeated 5 times a week for 10 years. Autopilot becomes your financial life whether you meant it to or not. Watch what autopilot looks like for Daniel. He gets home and opens the delivery app because his thumb already knows the motion. $18 becomes $26 with the fee and the tip he didn't think about. He scrolls while he waits. A sale notification catches his eye. A $34 shirt he wasn't looking for becomes a $34 shirt he owns. None of it felt like a financial decision. It felt like nothing. Now watch Sarah. Months earlier, she moved 20% of every paycheck into an investment account automatically, the morning it landed before 6 p.m. ever got the chance to decide for her. She also deleted the delivery apps off her phone, not out of discipline, but because she knew exactly how tired she'd be at this hour, and she didn't trust 6 p.m. Sarah to fight a battle 9 a.m. Sarah could just remove from the board. So her hour looks almost boring. There's nothing to decide, because the decision already happened weeks ago, when her mind was clear. This is what most people get wrong about willpower. They assume wealth builders have more of it, more discipline, gritting their teeth against temptation every night for years. That's not what's happening. They engineered the moment of resistance to happen earlier in the day, when their reserve was full, and let autopilot work for them instead of against them. Let's put numbers on it. Daniel's autopilot hour costs him, conservatively, about $14 a day food delivery markups, impulse browsing, small subscriptions he half notices and never cancels. That's roughly $100 a week, $5,200 a year. He's not reckless. He'd tell you he's responsible with money. He just never made a decision about this hour. The hour made it for him. Sarah's automatic transfer comes out to that same $5,200 a year, same salary, same number. Opposite direction. Over 10 years at average market returns, Sarah's version of this hour becomes close to $90,000. Daniel's becomes a stack of receipts nobody kept. Neither of them feels on any single evening like they're making a decision that matters. That's the point. This hour rarely feels consequential in the moment. It only becomes consequential after thousands of identical repetitions, which is exactly why almost nobody fixes it until a decade has already passed. So what do you actually do with this hour, starting today? Not white-knuckle through it with more disciplined. 6 p.m. is the least reliable resource you have, precisely because it's the hour your discipline is weakest. The answer is to move the real decision earlier, into a part of the day when your mind still has something left to give. Automate the saving before the hour arrives. Remove the easy paths to spending before the hour arrives. Let your tired, end-of-day self inherit an evening where the hardest choice was already made by someone with a clearer head, the version of you from that morning. Because what's actually being decided in that hour isn't the $18 of food or the $34 shirt. It's who gets to make the decision, you, with intention, hours earlier, or the hour itself on autopilot, making it for you. There's a line written nearly 3,000 years ago by King Solomon, widely regarded as the wisest ruler of his era, that captures this entire video in a single sentence. The plans of the diligent lead to profit, just as surely as haste leads to poverty. He never heard of food delivery apps or automatic transfers. He didn't need to. He was describing Sarah's morning and Daniel's autopilot long before either of them existed. Because the principle was never really about money. It was about who makes the decision and when. 10 years from now, two people will close their laptops at 6:04 p.m., exhausted in exactly the same way, holding the exact same amount of energy left to spend. What they do with the next 60 minutes won't feel like the most important decision of their day. It rarely does. That's usually how the most important decisions arrive. If this made you rethink what happens in your own 6 p.m. hour, hit subscribe. This channel breaks down the small, invisible decisions that quietly shape your entire financial future. May God bless your week.